Hi friends, and welcome back to the Quilters Retreat. Today we're going to do something extra fun. I'm going to show you how to create your own fabric panels using Canva and Spoonflower.
Quilt attack, quilt attack, quilt attack, stitching smart, stitching bright.
Now in this video, I'm going to assume you already have an image that you want to use for a fabric panel, whether it's a photo of your grandkids or your favorite pet, or maybe an illustration or an image that you yourself have created. Whatever you choose, make sure it's a good quality image, because the bigger the photo or the illustration, the better the print will be. And very important, make sure you own the rights or permissions to the image. You don't want to be creating your fabric panel from someone else's copyrighted artwork. Now, I know some of you want to create your images from scratch using AI tools, and I will show you how to do that. We're going to be releasing additional videos that show you how to create your very own images, your own designs, using tools like Ideogram, MidJourney, or ChatGPT. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss those. Quilters love panels because they give us a focal point, something eye-catching right in the center. It makes projects faster. You can finish a quilt top in an afternoon. And it lets you play with themes, animals, holidays, landscapes, you name it. And sometimes you see a panel in a store or on someone else's quilt and you just fall in love with it. Let me tell you a little bit about my store and how this all started. I've always loved quilting, but I wanted a place where quilters could find fun, quilting-inspired gifts and designs. And that's how the Quilters Retreat store was born. A cozy online spot full of apparel, mugs, fabric panels, and other goodies that celebrate our quilting obsession. Now, one of my favorite quilting projects is making quilts for the Linus Connection, which provides quilts for kids who need a little comfort. I started designing my own panels for those quilts, and honestly, they turned out so cute that I thought, why not share them with other quilters? So now I've started designing matching quilt patterns and making both the panels and the patterns available in my shop. All right, now let's get started with our project, making quilt panels using Canva and Spoonflower. Now, starting with the image we want to have as our fabric panel, we'll use Canva to put it in a size and resolution that's suitable for Spoonflower. Now, Canva is a free, easy-to-use design website that works right in your browser. Some of you may already be using it to make cards, flyers, or church newsletters. Today, we're going to use it to make our quilt panel. Now, if you already have a Canva account, you can simply log in. Otherwise, you'll need to sign up. The good news is it's very simple. You can sign up with your Google account, your Facebook account, or email. Any of those work fine, and the free plan is all you need to follow along. Now, one thing to note right from the beginning is Spoonflower system works best when our panel is uploaded in landscape orientation. That means it's wider than it is tall. So that means if we want to do a portrait quilt, one that's taller than it is wide, we're going to be starting with our image rotated sideways in Canva. Don't worry, when Spoonflower prints it, it'll come out in the right orientation. We're just giving it to them in the way the system likes best. So we are going to click Create and Custom. Now, ideally, our quilt panel should be 36 inches tall by 42 inches wide at 150 DPI. That's dots per inch. And that works out to 5,400 by 6,300 pixels. But Canva does not let us make files that large. The biggest size Canva can comfortably handle is 4320 by 5040. So that's the size we're going to use to start with. Now, again, we're going to do this in the landscape orientation. So I'm going to enter the width as 5040 and the height as 4320. And this is the blank slate we're going to start with to create our image. Now, what we're going to do in Canva is very simple. We're just going to bring our image in, get its size to fill the canvas that we have, and then we're going to download it. So go find your image and drag it into the Canva screen. I've been into sea turtles lately, so I'm using an image that I created in MidJourney of these gorgeous sea turtles. Now we want to rotate the design so that it also landscape, and we're going to expand it to fit the entire design space. So to rotate it, you're going to look for this icon here, which rotates the design. You can just click and drag until it's 90 degrees. And then to move it, you're going to click on it and just drag it over to the side. And you can use this handle to resize it. Now, of course, your image may be a very different size than this one. You may have to do more stretching, but ultimately, if you want a yard of fabric to be your quilting panel, you're going to want it to be this size. You can certainly do something less than a yard. That's always an option. Now, of course, you can do a lot more in the Canva application, which I will show you in a future video. But for now, we're going to stop here and just use our image. So when you're ready to download, you're going to click Share, Download, and you're going to choose JPG or JPEG. Now, for those of you that know PNG is a better quality format, keep in mind for fabric printing, it doesn't make a difference. Fabric is printed at 150 DPI, that's dots per inch, which is not as sharp as glossy paper. So a high quality JPEG is plenty good and keeps our file sizes small enough so that they don't exceed Spoonflower's limit of 40 megabytes. You'll never see the difference in fabric going from a JPEG to a PNG. And remember, if you want to learn how to create your own images from scratch, like I've done here with MidJourney, check out the links below for additional videos, or be sure to subscribe so that when the new ones are released, you'll be notified. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to resize our Canva file to be just a bit bigger so it's the right size for Spoonflower. Now, Canva was able to give us 5040 by 4320, but Spoonflower wants 6300 by 5400 in order to make this quilt fill the entire yard of fabric. So we need to resize our Canva file just a little bit, and we can upsize it to the correct dimensions by using Canva Pro or using another tool called ILoveIMG. Now, if you'd rather keep everything inside Canva, you can sign up for Canva Pro's free 30-day trial. You can see it's currently ongoing. Depending upon when you're watching this video, it may still have a 30-day trial for Canva Pro. It does ask for a credit card, but you can cancel anytime before the 30 days are up and you won't be charged. If you decide to keep it, it's currently about $15 per month. Once you have Canva Pro, either the trial or your actual membership, you simply need to modify this size slider so that it goes to 6300 by 5400. That option is nice if you'd rather not hop between different websites, but if you don't want to enter a credit card info, ILoveIMG will work just as well. We're going to start by downloading it at the size that we created, the JPEG at 5040 by 4320. And then we're going to take that file and we're going to bring it into ILoveIMG. Once you go to iloveimg.com, you're going to see a lot of big buttons. Click the one that says Resize Image. You're then going to select the image that you downloaded from Canva. It's probably in your downloads folder or wherever you told Canva to download it, and bring it up in ILoveIMG. And then you're going to set the correct dimensions that Spoonflower will expect, and that is 6300 wide. So remember, we're landscape, and 5400 tall. And you choose Resize Images. And it's that simple. You can now download your resized image, and now you have an image of the correct dimensions for Spoonflower. Now you're going to want to take a look at your image when you're at this point, and you're going to, if you're in Windows, you can right-click on it, choose Properties, and you'll be able to see the properties of this image under the Details tab. And I'll scroll down and you'll see we have a 6300 by 5400 image. Now, I know you see 96 DPI as the resolution, but don't worry, that number does not matter here. What really matters is the pixel size of the file, which we set to 6300 by 5400. Spoonflower does the math from those pixels to make your panel 42 by 36 inches at their 150 DPI standard setting. So even if Windows says 96 DPI, your panel will print at the right size and look just fine. Now we're going to go to spoonflower.com. So, Spoonflower is a company that specializes in printing custom designs onto fabric, wallpaper, and other home goods. They're a print on demand service, which means they make your fabric only after you order it. This lets us quilters create truly one of a kind panels without having to buy in bulk and deal with minimum orders. Unlike some panels you might pick up at the fabric store that are sometimes cut off grain or not perfectly straight, every panel that I've received from Spoonflower has been spot on. You can order with confidence, knowing your design will come out crisp, straight, and ready to sew. And they do have excellent customer service. So if you do have any issues, you can contact them and they will resolve the matter very quickly. So on the Spoonflower website, you'll create an account if you don't already have one. If not, you'll want to join. Joining is simple. You're just going to add information, your first name, last name, email address, create your account. When you are ready to check out, you will have to enter a credit card to purchase the fabric panel. Now, to upload your design to Spoonflower, you can go into your account and choose Upload a Design. And then you can choose the file that you created, the one that is at the 5400 by 6300 size. Now, you will be asked to confirm that you own the rights to this file or you do have permission to use this file. Just use care that you're not using files or images that you don't own the permission to use. Now, once your design is uploaded, you can choose from a number of different products that have your design. Now, we made this pretty big, so it would cover an entire yard of fabric. It's probably not going to fit on everything quite perfectly. We're going to go to Fabric and we're going to choose Edit. And then this allows us to confirm that our image has come up correctly. It takes up the yard. It is not rotated incorrectly. We have exactly 1 yard of fabric with our image. So I'm going to cancel since I don't have any edits. It looks good. And the next thing I'm going to do, well, frankly, I'm ready to buy. So we can click on the buy button and we can decide on what fabric we want to have our panel print. Now, I always use Petal Signature Cotton. A little ways down here. Petal Signature. You can see there's plenty of options. Ah, there it is. Okay, Petal Signature Cotton. This is a great cotton for quilting. It's really kind of perfect for this. Now you can see as of now, it's selling at $20 per yard. Keep in mind that Spoonflower a little bit more expensive because these are custom printed. This is your design printed just for you. So it is a little more pricey than what you're going to find in the fabric store. However, if you keep an eye out for Spoonflower, you create your account and you start getting their emails, they do have sales pretty frequently. And you can get, I've seen up to 25% off on one of their sales. So you can now start to get it at a more reasonable price. But for that one of a kind design that you've personalized for a family member or as a gift that you're giving, it's worth it to go a little bit more just to have it perfect for that need. So we're going to stay with Petal Signature Cotton, and we are going to choose an entire yard. Now you can add to cart and you can purchase your yard. Now, shipping times vary, but you can usually expect your custom fabric to arrive within about 1 or 2 weeks. This means you'll want to plan ahead if you need your panel for a specific project or for a deadline. And here's an important tip. If you're dreaming of making 20 quilts, resist the urge to order 20 panels right away. Always start with just one. Even if your design looks picture perfect on the screen, things can change once it's blown up to fill an entire yard of fabric. Colors, details might feel a little bit different at full scale. So the first test panel is your chance to spot any tweaks you'd like to make before investing in a big batch. So that small step can save you money, time, and frustration, and it ensures the panels you do order in quantity are exactly what you want. And that's it for today's tutorial. You've learned how to go from your own image to Canva to Spoonflower and even ordering your own fabric panel. Pretty amazing, huh? Remember, we'll be releasing more videos like this, including how to create your very own images using AI tools like Ideogram, MidJourney, and ChatGPT. In the next video, I'll show you what to do when your panel arrives, how to inspect it for quality, and then how to bring your design into EQ8 so you can design a quilt around it. That's where the quilting fun gets even better because you can start to see your fabric panel transform into a beautiful quilt. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And if you enjoyed today's walkthrough, give us a thumbs up and share this with your quilting friends. Be sure to ask us any questions that you have in the comments and let us know if there's other videos you would like us to create for you. Until next time, happy quilting!
Quilting every day, quilting every way. At the Quilters retreat, we brighten your day. Mug shirts and